EASELLY is the spelling. And the first thing you open, get this open. So this is the platform of Easily. So you have to create your free account. One thing to tell, this tool allows you to create the free account, but at many stages you will see the term PRO. That means some of the features are paid, and if any of you want to take the this subscription or this paid account too, that is also cost is very less. But in the free account itself, lot of templates and objects and icons and features are given. So you prefer just to create a free account only. So you have to just create on your free account, and as in the other uh, websites, you find out whether you create up by signing up by entering your email ID and password and all. Otherwise, the simple way to log in or create an account by your Google account, it will be a much easier because you no need to remember a lot of passwords for that. So you have to just open up your Gmail account on the side tab. I have already opened up and log in my Gmail account. Now, after opening this Easily, I have to just sign up with the Google account, and it will take me to my accounts of Gmail. So I will just click my Gmail account through which I want to log in. So it is automatically logged in because I have opened my Gmail account on the side tab. So at the first time, it will ask your Gmail password. So don't worry that your password will be leaked on this website. No, you can enter your password and you can directly come to your home page. Now this area, my visuals will be blank in the first at the first step. These are already filled because I have already created many infographics. But at the first time, you will always only see the blank template. So first of all, I will just show you the interface. This is the dashboard you see. My visual is the dashboard. And if you come below, you will see the lot of templates. So these templates are ready-made. You have to just start with the template. You can choose the category from here. You can start. It's come timeline, process, comparison, food, social media. Many of the categories are given. According to your topic, you start creating the template, so infographic. So if I don't want to, I'm confused what kind of a template I have to select. You can start with the blank template. So I'm just clicking on the blank template. Blank template can come in this way. Fine. So you can see a blank page is or blank canvas, you can say, is coming. And if I click in between everywhere, you can see it is editable. So wherever I am clicking on the template, if a blue box is coming, that means it is editable. So I can clear up all the things and I can start with the blank template. If you are ready to think which kind of infographic you want to create, you can go here also. You can just select the template. Suppose I want to create any timeline. So I have to just select the categories, a timeline. Fine. A timeline, two templates are given. So I will just have to just click it on and it will load. This complete tool will work in the online mode, so it will take some time to load the images or the things. So don't worry about that thing. So you can see, as I have selected the template, one selected template, just click and it automatically comes here. You can zoom in and zoom out from here to have a good look. And if in the starting also you have to resize your template, so you have to just go to resize, just select what will be the orientation, whether portrait or the landscape. If I want a landscape mode, it will come this way. If I want a legal size or the any customized size, you can customize your size, width and the height of your template also. So I'm not touching that right now. So here is the template, and when I click here, any part, whichever part I am clicking, if a blue box is coming, that means it can be edited. Suppose a small tree is here and I don't want this tree, I just have to click a delete button, it will automatically goes off. So a simple shortcuts of copy, paste, control X, Z, undo, redo, all the buttons which you use in the MS Word, same buttons will work over here. So just see here, if this is editable, so I will just double click it and just select it and delete it. If I want to make a timeline I've seen the examples of history of museums. Suppose a timeline, I have to change the title. So you can see I have changed the title. I can resize this by dragging the blue box. I can I can select this and I can change the color font on the above timeline. It is 28, so I can reduce down the size. I can change the color. I can bold it, italics it, underline, and various spacing and all. The same kind of tool that I used in the Word. So I can change the position. I can lock. Lock means a permanent position of that particular object or the text on the infographic. That means it will not be moved somewhere. So I can lock it. I can change the opacity. Like I want to get it like a background thing, a blurred, a faded out. So I can change the opacity of the object or the textual material. I can label if I forgot what is written here. So I can label this as a title. So I can put the labels in my infographics. I can Here I can enter the link also, any URL. If I want to give some extra information about any particular topic, so I can get the external URL and I can link it. If I want to make a copy, whether you can this one copy or Control C will also work. And if I want to completely delete it, I can delete it. So with every of the side toolbar, the above toolbar will come up and you can see what you can do with that. If you want to change, suppose if I want to add any text box or bullet points, so I have to just click it and here it is coming. So I can just type my text over here. I will just simply, suppose I am typing this anything, so I can type here also. So this is again a bullet points are coming. Again, you can see the different type of fonts, color and all things can be changed. So this is way in which you can add the text in your infographic. You can start with the topic and start writing, but just see the things, whichever thing blue box is coming, that can be edited. Like if I want to change this black background of this orange, I want to make this orange as a red and the mustard as a blue. I cannot change the complete background in this way, individual colors, because they are not editable. But if I want to change the background, I will go to this background and the whole background will be changed, not the specific the lines are coming. You can see here the backgrounds are changed. You can change. If I want to make it blue, I can make it blue here. So just remember, on a object where the blue box is coming, that only can be edited. So background can also be changed, like it can be get to plain. If you want to change the colors are already provided here, but if you want to add a new color, a complete color palette will open up and you can select your color or change your color template according to that. So this is the way the complete background color can be changed. If I have something wrong has been done, you can do again the undo or redo icons are above here. So I can undo the things and come back to the original one. Okay, this is the infographic which I have started. So just remember, it is automatically saved on your dashboard, and you can rename your here infographics here on the above text box, and you just click it save. By default, this is automatically saved. So last saved is timings coming. So like in the Google Docs or the Google Sheets, you work and it automatically gets saved. In the same way, this automatically the changes are saved. So this is the first way to create, to edit the text box. Now, if I talk about, if I want to add any kind of images, so I will go to images. Yes, ma'am.
Sorry to interfere in between, but if you can go little slow, because most of them are having a very poor network also.
Okay.
So we would request to go little slow.
I'm looking at actually time, ma'am. I have to complete at what time?
It's okay. We will adjust the time, but please go little slow because it's not possible for them to follow it also. Okay.
Fine, ma'am.
Demo alone, please go slow.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
I'll just again repeat the initial steps. First of all, I have selected a template from the template here and selecting the category from here. So whatever concept I want to cover in my infographic, so I have to think of as a teacher which type of infographic I want to create. After selecting that template, particular template, I will just see the various templates available freely on the website and I will just click and get the template. I'm just starting from the again initially. So I'm just replacing the template here. So first step is to select the template according to the concept you want to teach. After getting the template, you have to resize it. First of all, you can change the orientation. You can change the size of your template. So this is the first basic step to select the template and resize it. In the starting, you can select your name also of the infographic. I have just renamed my file. This automatically gets saved. So this template has been provided, opened up. Now you see whenever you are clicking anywhere, a blue box is coming. Blue box means it can be edited. Suppose I want to change the title of the uh, my this infographic. I will change the title, and you can see this title text can be, font size can be changed, font type can be changed, or font size, colors. You can have the various editing options in the same in the case of Word document. If you want to fix, the position of this, bring in front or the send back, and if you want to fix the position of this, you can lock it. After locking, this text box cannot be moved. But if you want to unlock, if you want to move it, then you have to again unlock, and you can see this can be moved somewhere in the infographic. So any small object or the textual text box can be locked. You can change the opacity, like if you want to get it dull or the bright one, and you can label your text. Labeling, just for remember, this is the title. Fine. You can put a hyperlink or any link, connect with the external link URL with the linking thing, enter the link here, and you can apply that. You can copy paste any of the, like suppose I have just pressing Control C and somewhere I am pressing Control V. So two text boxes are having the same title is appearing. So you can, many times you can copy, paste same kind of object or text box wherever you require, and you can delete whenever you are not needing them. So this is the basic textual editing on the infographic you can do. You can move the objects here, any position here. You can edit it by typing in here. You can change the color. You can make a copies. You can delete. You can lock the options. Fine. So any part of the infographic wherever the blue box is coming, you can edit it. Fine. After that, if you want not liking the background, you can change the background also. There are different background options here coming. And if you want to get your own color, you can customize your own color through the color palette. So if I am taking this background, so the background will be changed just on a single click. Right? If you want not, if you're not liking it, you can undo. So undoing and redoing also work from here on the top arrow here. Right? So first again template selected, background change. Now we come to the small objects and how we can decorate our infographics, or you can get more information through images or the small objects. So you get an icons over here through many categories. You can see the shapes, activities, agriculture, small images, carrot is here, animals here. So if you want to take any kind of small objects or icon through the gallery, you can just scroll according to your need, and you can find out on the basis of that. Suppose these flags are present. So what you have to do, if you are liking this object, and you have to just click it and it will automatically come here, and you can just move it around and place it wherever you want. Right? So these are the images part, the small icons. Another thing are the photos. Photographs clicked by, again on the basis of the different categories are available here. And at the rear photograph, suppose I want to show the car here, the different cars are coming. I just have to click it once and it will be loading and come on my infographic. And you can again, in the similar way, like you crop the images or just resize the images, you can resize by dragging here at the edge of the photographs, and you just move it this way, and this will be automatically resized, and you can put the images. You can make the multiple copies of those images also. So these are the some photographs which are again given in the gallery. Now we come to animation. A small animated objects are also given here on the basis of different categories. So I have to again choose some of the category, any category. Suppose I am talking about buildings are there. So it's getting refreshed. Just need to remember that it works on the internet, and whenever internet is lost, this tool will. I'm going back to animation. So suppose this animation I want, I will just click the animation, and again it will come onto my screen here. Small animated objects are given here. And next comes to the uploading part. If I want, I'm not liking any of the icons, photos or animation provided by the software tool online, I can upload my own images. The images has to be on three formats: JPEG, PNG or SVG. You can browse your computer. Suppose I am browsing it and I have already saved some images. I'm just selecting it and opening it up. So it will load, and it automatically loads in the infographic and in your gallery of uploaded images. So you no need to upload again and again the same images. Once you have uploaded, it will automatically saved in your uploaded images. So here is the images of sun which I have already uploaded, and I'm again resize it again. I can use it according to my requirement. Next comes to the lines. Now, if I want to connect any of the images, any of the text by using a line, I have to just select it and drag here. Here, four types of lines can be: curved line, a straight line, arrow-headed, and a zigzag one. So you just have to select it and drag, draw here in this way, anything. So it will be, suppose a curve has to be drawn. I will just draw a curve over here. So this helps in the labeling part and how you direction your connect your images or the textual material. So these are about the images. Fine. And next comes to the textual part. Suppose this text box is coming and I want more text to be appear. Any bullets part. So here the few text is only very less text is coming in my template. So if I want to add any new text, I have to select whether the title, the header or the body part or any bullet or number. So I can just click it and a text box will appear here. So again, in the same way, I can just edit it. I can change the color, change the font according to my requirement. Fine. So these are the how the text box is appearing. Background I've told you, template I have shown you. Now I'm coming to the template part. One thing more, if the, like my this page is getting the clumsy one and I want a new page. So what you can do, you can here here like below of one template add a new page. If you want to create any kind of magazine, you can create infographic magazine and the thing you can create in this 2 pages, 3 pages, multiple pages. So this is the again the second blank page. You see my above page is here and this is the second page. So I'm starting from the second page. The feature of charts. If you want to create any chart, you are having any data and you want to create a bar graph, column graph, line chart or the data one, you just have to select it. It will appear here. This is by default a chart is given. Now you want to edit this chart as per your data. You can click on this edit. You can see here, you can import your data. The data should be in Excel form. And if you want to edit this data only, or you want to just edit here only, adding any row, you can just select any column And if you want to change the colors of the bars, suppose I want to make it this color, so you can change the color too. See, the color is also changed. So the editing of the data in this graph only can be done from here. You can show the labels, show the legends, the positions of the legends. This all can be done. So that is better because data representation in a graphical form is a much uh, understanding thing to get the analysis of any research report or any kind of report. So these charts can be created by using a bar and the line graph. Another way of representation of any data is the pictograms. So if I'm clicking up to pictograms, many pictograms are here given. So what I can do, I can just click on one type of pictogram here. So I'm just clicking. Here again, you have a many category. If you want a category, you are demonstrating some data related to flower. So I'm just seeing like this flower is okay. So you will see a pictogram representation of data is coming here. So these are 4 flowers and I'm just clicking it. You can see the rows and columns can be changed from here. If I want a number of column to be 5, so I will just go here and it will be 5. I can change the color of the flowers and how to fill this pictogram. You want a percentage to be shown. You can just mention what percentage you want. A 25% of this black one and this yellow one is the 75%. You can just drag and drop and according to that a pictogram is filled up. Right? So you can change, you can present your data in a graphical form through pictograms also. And in the same way, you can opacity can be decreased and all linking and all these features are available with every of the feature of the tool. So coming up to this next, last one is the videos part. I'm just scrolling down to get a space. You can see a URL video YouTube link has to be added. So I am randomly taking, I have opened up the YouTube channel, NCRT YouTube channel. I'm just finding out any video. Suppose this video. I have to just copy the URL by Control C. I'm coming back to the my infographic and I will just paste my URL over here. Your video takes time to load. For video embedding, it takes time. Once this is loaded, you have to just click it. Sorry, video is unavailable. Okay, I have to just randomly, I will make any video. I'm just taking any random video. Just copy it again. Okay. This video is loaded. Suppose this video is loaded. I'm just selecting it. Select and it will come on my infographic. I have to find where is the video. A play button will be visible. It takes time to load the video on the infographic. After loading, a play button will come and you can play the video itself in the infographics. It is taking time. Just try once. This can be due to of internet connection. It is taking time to come here. So when a URL a video URL is added over here, it will come in wherever you want and you can change the size of the video and you can place it anywhere in the infographics where you want. So this is the way through which infographics can be created by adding the various kind of images, by uploading your own images. Just remember one thing, you cannot crop the image over here. You can resize the images. So if you want, you have found out any template where a circle is given and you want to fix your square image in that circle, that cannot be done in this. So you have to crop the images outside any in the outside any software or the tool, crop the image and then you can upload. You can use the icons, use the photos, animations of the online tool by their gallery, in the gallery available on the software, and you can upload your own images. And other things, want to add the text, you want to add the charts, add the videos, you can all do that. See here the video is coming now. Now I can see that it's come later. Say there's a play button. If I want to play the video, you can see the play is on. So it is taking time because of internet connection. So right now it is playing, but sound and all is not coming and visibility is not there because due to internet connection. So this is the way video can be added. And with every toolbar, the above toolbar is also enabled, and you can edit it further. You can create your infographics by using the texture information, the graphical information, the small objects in the images. You can change the background and make the colorful infographic. After creating the complete infographic, it is automatically saving. You have to further share it. So one way of sharing is to get the links. You can invite any friend to edit. A collaborative work can be done so similar in the way of Google Docs. So you can invite any friend to edit. You can share it by email. You can get a shareable link through, and you can get the embedded code too. So there are various forms through which you can share your infographics after creating it. I'm just showing, you can preview it also. So it will be previewed how it will look like as a final product. Right now we haven't created any that one final logical. I just shown. You can exit it. Fine. These movie. See the images. These are moving. Fine. So how to download it? At last you have to download it. So you will go to download. For downloading option, only low quality infographic is available in the free account. The rest are pro account, that means paid. The high quality one, the PDF, the GIF one, or the export one. This GIF and the small animations will not work in the image form. So whenever you are downloading, you get the option of only JPEG download option, JPEG format option in the low quality. But that low quality doesn't mean that low quality is pixelated. No, the low quality is also a good one. So if I just click on the low quality, and you will see it will come into the downloads. It is generating your infographic and will download it as a JPEG file. And that JPEG file can be used in your presentation, or even if you are printing somewhere for any of the infographic for the printable format, that you can do that. So this info 3 pages actually we have created, so you can see a long infographic over here. The first page, the second page. So this is a JPEG format. So this is the final saving. And if I go back to my home page, I just will show you how this is on your dashboard. This is saved for future use. You can further edit too. So here are the already created infographics, and this one is the latest one which we have created. You can make a copy, you can delete it from here. So here's anytime you want to change your infographic, you can do that. I've already created a infographic. I will just show you an example. That is a topic of the science topic, the changes around us. You can see this infographic. I have just only used the template, and these images, major of the images has been uploaded by me, and these are the small objects or the icon which I have taken from the gallery. Here is the video of the, which I have already embedded here. Again, the video is not started playing but not visible too, but the video can be played here. So this is a comparison infographic, physical and a chemical change. Fine. So I have already created this infographic, and at any time I can take out the printout and I can use that. So you can see the dashboard, the saved images, saved infographics on your dashboard. Fine. And at the end, you can just log out, and you can, if you want to see the pricing plan, you can do that later. If you want to use the more templates, but very much templates are available. You can see yourself. So first of all, you have to, in your demo activity part, you have to think of a topic or a concept which for which you have to create the infographic. Then you have to think of which type of infographic you want to create, and then according to the uh, templates available, you have to choose the category and you start creating your infographic. The best part is that it is editable, and the important thing is that it is editable, but most of them gives their watermark when you download it. This easily tools provides the infographics downloaded with no watermark. So there is no issues of the thing here, copyright issue and all will not appear, happen to be with this tool. And this works only online. Just remember that. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Deepti, for just briefing, but there are few questions which are there which have to
Yes,
be
ma'am.
answered for them. One is about the video which we are adding. You have already answered. To just reiterate to everyone. Uh, the the video which you are yesterday we have learned like what is the format you wanted to share. So in case you are planning to share as an image, then you should not add video in that. If you are planning to share this as a link in somewhere where it can be accessed, then videos can be added into it. Otherwise, video will not play in a document, right? So
Yes.
whenever you are planning to put the same content in two different formats, for a print purpose and for link purpose, in print purpose, you have to add a QR code, and in the link purpose, you have to add a video. This is one point. And the second point is like there was a question that whether we can edit the video. So editing cannot happen in this tool. This is only a tool to show, give it as an output. So all your editing, whatever you want to correct it, you want to add it, you have to do it outside itself. And then you have to add it in that. Can we add our audio commentary to the template? No.
No.
It is actually you have multiple. See, this is one thing, like this tool can be used only for infographic. The first part which Dr. Deepti has shown is only to use it as infographic. But the same tool can be used also as an interactive resource, which is an other session as well. So since again and again we need not split it, she has combined both things and told this tool can be used to, the same tool can be used to prepare two different types of resource. One is simple infographic where you use only infographics. But the second is you can use the same tool to create an interactive resource which can have video, which can have animation clips, which can also have some, like if you have a H5P content which you have created, you can also embed in this. So all this can be done to create it as an interactive resource. So though she has explained everything, because some people may be faster in working, for them she has covered all the features. But out of this session, we are expecting the participants at least as a minimum to start only creating one infographic chart out of it. Those who can go beyond and use other features as well and create this. There was one more information, I would say, not as a query, that they have added that is it similar to Canva? Canva is also another tool which can help you to create infographics that is also can be used freely up to a particular limit. And again, somebody has asked a question, this is whether a free and open source. And one person has replied yes, but it is not a free and open source. Yesterday, Dr. Razaul has explained two things, free source and free and open source. When we say free source, it is freely available for you to create anything. But when we say free and open source, it should allow you also to change its source code. This tool do not give you the source code. So you should also understand to segregate which is freeware, which is free and open source. So thank you so much, Dr. Deepti. She will be connected in your course group as a mentor. And if you are getting further queries on this topic, when you are doing your practice, you can always post your questions. And all the resource persons are available in the Telegram group as well. So when you're doing a hands-on, you have question, you can keep writing in the group where she will support by answering the questions. Dr. Deepi, any concluding note?
I just expect the participants will create a nice infographics and start using that.
Yeah,
So,
thank
thanks
you.
for listening. Thank you.
Yeah, there is another question again, whether, sorry, I don't want to miss all the questions which are very important to be understood. Whether after adding an image, we can edit the image, change the feature of the image. Let us understand this is only a output preparation tool as an infographic. Only infographic content can be created, but the source which you are adding it cannot be edited after adding it into the infographic template. Okay. Thank you so much, Deepthi. We are going to continuously have the next presentation by Dr. Asta. I think Dr. Asta is already joined. So can you open your video, Asta? Dr. Asta, can you please open your video? So we will be continuing with, there are many people who have written to be slow. We will inform all the resource persons who is going to come from the next session also to be still slower because so that people who are doing for the first time will understand. And the next session will be on how to create graphic organizer. She will be demonstrating one specific graphic organizer. I think I have to make us as a co-host for her to open. So we will not be mailing any of you. I'm again and again repeating, none of the sources will be mailed or shared in the Telegram group from today, because we also had a lot of time to get all your name list itself. It took time for us to consolidate. So today, by evening, all the sessions or video of yesterday will be uploaded. From today onwards, at the end of each session, immediately the sessions will be uploaded. So you will be able to access those videos. Okay.
Hello, ma'am. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, ma'am.
Yes. Good morning, Asta. She's assistant professor in CIET. So she will be now continuing the session on creating graphic organizers. Yes, Asta.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And I welcome all the participants who are there in the session. So I will just start sharing my screen to be able to view the presentation. And since these two sessions are very much overlapping, the previous session taken by Dr. Deepthi on infographics, and my session will be on graphic organizers and the different types of graphic organizers and how do they benefit us. So let us begin the session, and in between the session, if there are any queries, you are free to ask the questions, and we will be also having a demonstration session. So just let me share my screen.
Asta, as per the request from the team, while you're doing the demonstration, we request to go slow so
Sure,
that everyone are able to follow.
Sure, ma'am.
Thank you.
Sure. So I'll just begin the. Is my screen visible?
Yes, Asta, it's visible.
Okay, thank you. So the topic of my presentation is graphic organizers as learning aids. So I hope I'm audible enough.
You are audible.
Okay. So let us first of all try to understand what these graphic organizers are. And basically they are visual symbols, and they can be seen anywhere in the textbooks, in the other magazines, in the journals, in the papers we write, in the diagrams we draw on the board. All those are graphic organizers in one way or the other. And they really help us to express our knowledge and concepts because they help us build the interrelationships between the concepts. So they are not just any diagram, but they are actually building concepts. And we will see in this presentation that how we can build concepts and how we can relate to different concepts, and how these graphic organizers can help us understand, not only help us understand, but also help our learners get a thorough understanding of the relationships and the interrelationships between the concepts, which is very important when we talk about cognitive learning and cognitive maturity, that how they are able to link one concept with the other. Because this, we all know that we do not see things in isolation. we are able to learn better and we are able to understand better when things are interrelated, interconnected, and they give us a holistic picture. So even in our surroundings, if we think about that, what do we remember the most of the times what we remember are the images which come to our minds. Most of the times they are the symbols or the visual appearances which come to our minds. So the visuals play a very important role in learning. And over the years, I have found that even in the textbooks, even in the papers we read, and even in the kind of teaching learning practices we adopt, very few people are actually using these graphic organizers. And because of the reason, because they are time consuming, they require some time and effort to make. And plus, to build on logical relationships, it needs time to build on those interrelationships. But once we create a graphic organizers, it can be like a lifelong learning system for us, and we can anytime refer to that graphic organizer to get catch hold of that concept. And there are of various types of graphic organizers which we will be taking up in this presentation. So these can be knowledge maps, concept maps, story maps, cognitive organizer, advanced organizer, etc. And let us quickly go through the categories of these graphic organizers, which are not so difficult. For example, first category is relational organizers. And within this, we have storyboarding, fishbone, cause and effect web, and chart. Some of these options are also available to you when we make our PowerPoint presentations or we create presentations on Google Slides. So under the insert tab, if you see under the insert tab, you have different kinds of charts, diagrams, which you can draw. So which are pretty easy to draw and to make, because those are ready-made kind of things available to us. But one has to establish a certain amount of relationship and a certain amount of content organization. So the content organization has to be really very logical. Otherwise, the entire purpose of a graphic organizer will be defeated. So we'll see that how storyboarding, we all know that. I'll show you an example also. For example, in a comic book, if you see, a comic book contains different frames, and one frame leads to the other leads to the other. So there is a sequence of events in a comic book. So in a similar way, storyboarding can be done. It can be done using different softwares, like Windows also provides us many different softwares for storyboarding, or it can be generally drawn with a free hand also. Doodling is also an art, and through doodling also one can create different storyboards, and animation can also be taken up similarly in this. Second type is the fishbone. We'll see, for example, this is a kind of a storyboard which I have taken from the web, and this shows the different events. It's basically a comic. It shows the different events and the different expression of the people who are part of this comic, and it's easy because it's freehand drawing only, so one can easily create this kind of a storyboard. But if you want to make it a more digital version, then you can of course take the help of PowerPoint presentations, or you can take the help of some graphic organization softwares which can help you in storyboarding. Fishbone diagram. This is, although it's a little not it's a little unclear, it's a little hazy because that's an image which I have taken, but just to give an idea that how a fishbone diagram appears like, we can create a fishbone diagram on any topic, and basically it is a cause and effect kind of a diagram wherein you can see one central line. You can see one central line, which is the central concept on which these related lines are based. These related slanting lines, they represent the related concepts and the related causes which lead to a particular effect. So this can be easily used. For example, we are talking about environment pollution, or we are talking about, say, evolution. So evolution, how human evolution has taken place. So we can take up different types of eras in which the human evolution has occurred. Starting from the prehistoric times to the present times, how the changes have occurred, both physiologically, anatomically, morphologically. So we can also, get a thorough understanding about a concept and how it builds up. So this is a fishbone kind of a diagram. There are different category and classification organizers also, which we will be taking up in this session in more detail. These include concept mapping, KWL tables, and mind mapping. Now, what are these? Concept maps we usually study. We used to make concept maps while we plan our unit or a lesson. That how a concept is going to be taught to the students, or which is the major concept which is to be taught, and the different sub concepts which can be taken up. Okay, KWL tables is which represents knowing, that it links to the previous knowledge of the learners. K represent the previous knowledge. W represents the working knowledge of that particular aspect, and L represent that what we will learn in future. So it links the previous knowledge with the present and the future knowledge base, which student or the teacher gets to learn. So they are very helpful. Actually, these KWL tables are very helpful whenever you are planning your teaching lesson, or whenever a learner is planning a self-learning kind of a module. So इसमें क्या है कि first of all they can know. For example, there is a topic called as say for instance environmental issues. Okay, so environmental issues previous knowledge, if we are talking about say a 8th grade learner or a 9th grade learner, so what would be the previous knowledge of that learner about these environmental issues? So that will come under K. It can be in the form of a table. So K represents that what environment means to them. Okay, how do they see their environment? What all components do they see in their environment? Then W represents that what do they want to know? Okay, what do they want to know from this environment? So they want to know about the different kinds of environmental issues. They want to know about the components of environment. They want to know, for example, about the life cycles in the environment. Then L represents that future knowledge. What would the future knowledge of a learner look like? So it is a kind of an advanced organizer or a learning outcome. So L represents that now they are able to think critically about these environmental issues. For example, global air pollution, temperature rise in the global atmospheric temperature, or declining ratio of some organisms in the environment. So all these can be taken care of in these KWL tables. So on any topic you can think of, on any subject area, even on mathematics, we can start building on the concepts. All right, and mind mapping is another form of classification organizer, and how it is different from concept mapping we'll see in this presentation. Sometimes we think that they are similar, but then there are some differences between concept mapping and mind mapping. Okay, then the third category is the sequence organizer, where there is a kind of a chain or a cycle which is coming up. For example, in biology, we have different life cycles, like life cycle of a butterfly, okay, life cycle of a moth. So these help in organizing the information. If we prepare it in the form of a cycle, it will help the learner in understanding that, okay, this is the sequence of events which is going to happen. Okay, then similarly, compare contrast organizers are there, concept development organizers are there, which include flowcharts, story webs. So these all are different categories of the graphic organizers. Now coming to mind mapping and concept mapping. So how does this concept evolve? That why do we need these mind maps? Why do we need these concept maps? So I hope you all must be familiar with the Jean Piaget's theory of individual constructivism, where he has emphasized the role of schema in children's mind to understand a particular concept. Whenever we think, like as a child, when we used to think, for example, say for instance, we used to think about a flower. the concept of a flower. So a young child usually sees a red flower, okay, or a yellow or a pink or a, a yellow flower or a white flower. Okay, so they think that flowers are of these different colors. But suddenly, if a child sees that there is a black flower, and the child is not able to correlate that whether this black flower will fit into the schema of a flower which he or she has made in his mind, in his or her mind. So that way we can see that schema, how a schema grows, in the mind of a learner, how the schema from simple it becomes more complex. So as teachers and as teacher educators, we have to lead, we have to facilitate the development of schema in the minds of the learners. And it could be a simple concept as a flower, and it could be a complex concept as poverty or unemployment or any social issue like gender or any other, okay, any other bioethical issue also could be taken up. So these schema help us in understanding a particular concept and make connections in our mind. So schema, they are basically referring to the concepts or the basic structure for organizing information which form the mental schemes of identification and understanding a given phenomenon. The processes of assimilation and accommodation, that which I was telling about the flower, the different kinds of a flower. Now assimilation is when a child is able to assimilate a given entity into the schema, into the already existing schema. Then it is called as assimilation. For example, if a child sees a red flower and a pink flower, so they can kind of assimilate it in the same schema. Accommodation means that if a child is seeing a black flower, then will the child be able to accommodate that in the schema of the flower and which is there in their mind? So that process requires accommodation with the help of a facilitator who is able to facilitate and explain things to them that, okay, this is also a flower based on the certain characteristic features. For example, the basic features of a flower is that they have a petal, they have a sepal, they have a stem. So so these are the basic features of a flower which can be explained to the child so that they can accommodate these different entities into one schema. Schemas could be personal or they could be common. Schema could be common. For instance, in the case of when we talk about scientific facts, then the schemas could more or less be common. But when we are talking about certain, certain other socio, emotional, cultural aspects, then the schema could be different. So, according to the information processing model, also we have seen that information, when it is presented in a form of a concept map or a mind map, it helps in a better visual organization of the content. And the conceptual details, they also help in better retention of information. So it's always good to have good visual organization of the concepts with the help of any graphic organizer so as to retain those concepts for a longer time. This has been proven in studies. The Bruner's discovery learning approach has also emphasized concept learning and development of thinking, where concept maps and mind maps can serve as learning aids. Now, I personally feel that whenever I make a concept map or a mind map for a particular topic, it gets better retained in the mind, and I am able to draw connections between different concepts rather than studying different concepts in watertight compartments. If we study them in an interconnected format, then it helps us in not only just generating our creative thinking skills, but also help in solving certain problems. Say for example, these bioethics, since my study was on bioethics, so bioethical issues like GM crops. So if one has to ask that whether GM crops should be planted or not on the Indian cropland, then there could be a diversity of arguments, and a diversity of concept maps and mind maps on that area, because that is not purely scientific fact, but that is also attached to the cultural value system and the ethos of a particular country or a particular state. So in order to understand, understand such complex issues, it requires a deep learning. And these concept maps and mind maps help us in making our learning more deep and concept driven. Now, mind maps, there is usually, we are focusing on mind maps right now. There is usually one central and big idea at the center of the mind map, which we will see. And the related ideas, concepts, terms, examples can be connected to the central idea in a logical manner. Like as we discussed, that it has to be a very logical arrangement of concepts. It can be drawn simply or could be branched for connecting concepts, sub-concepts, related definitions, ideas, etc. And mind maps usually acquire a radial hierarchy. There is no hierarchy as such in a mind map. There is just a central concept and the related concepts are placed in the form of a radial arrangement. So we cannot say that one concept is important in a concept map. All the concepts are important. Now here there is a difference between a concept map and a mind map. In a concept map, there is one major idea, the major concept, which is at the top. And below it are the sub-concepts of the same concept. Whereas in mind maps, you can have different big ideas connected together. Okay, by just drawing connecting lines and by just having drawn a logical relationship between the concepts. Now, who are the stakeholders and how it can be useful, these mind maps? They help in organizing lesson and lesson planning. They help in preparing the teaching notes. They also help in concept building in a stage-wise manner. For example, in a classroom, the learners are at a particular stage of learning. Okay. And for example, you are teaching about photosynthesis, or say you are teaching about, any other topic, like for instance, force in physics. So you know that your learners are at a particular stage of understanding. So you cannot deal with concepts, complex concepts at that stage. So you have to grow your concept map accordingly. For example, photosynthesis you cannot just start, one cannot just start with the process of photosynthesis at the very first go. One has to talk about the plant, the different plant parts, the leaf, the importance of leaf. Then we come to the stomata, and then how, how the process of photosynthesis happens, how the exchange of gases happen through the leaf. So it has to be done in a very stage-wise manner, and then we come to the complex cycles like the C3 and the C4 pathways which are there in plants. So it has to be built in a very stage-wise manner. So mind maps and concept maps also, they help in building the concept in a stage-wise manner. So and not just for teaching, but also teachers can use these mind maps as a recapitulation exercise and even to assess their learners on their learning. And this has been proven, through research that learners learn better and have better learning outcomes when they are taught through these mind maps. Okay. And if you ask the learners to draw these mind maps, initially teachers can provide them mind maps, but then it should come into the habit of the learner to draw mind maps on any given topic, whichever they feel like. So if a teacher gets to see those mind maps of the learners, they can easily identify the misconceptions and alternative frameworks, which sometimes happen among the young children and even among the adults also. It can also be used as an active learning and collaborative tool. You can give this task in a group also, so that many ideas can come up for a mind map, and they can have a more elaborate mind maps. And it helps in active learning. Your learners will be just awake in the class. This is very important actually. Mind maps as a learning aid for children with special needs. I hope if there are any questions, we can take them in between as well. So please feel free to ask any questions if there are any, or any experience you would like to share. Hello. Are there any questions? Okay, so I'm just continuing my session in that case. So we can take the questions towards the end also. No problem. So basically, just a minute. So basically, how these mind maps are useful for children with special needs. As we know, they help in coding children's views about various aspects such as culture, environment, space. How do they view such concepts? So it helps in understanding the varied concepts and alternative conceptions of the learners. So children with special needs, they can also be taken into account because sometimes they have different concept about things and even the other learners also. So all of them can contribute to the pool of learning and to the pool of coding of children's views. Retention also, it is also important that these concept maps help in retaining concepts, and it has been seen that even children with special needs are able to retain concepts for a longer time, and they are able to understand it better when taught through mind maps. They help in navigation through the concepts, and they help in self-paced learning and knowledge visualization. So it is important because children with special needs, they often need a multi-sensory approach to teaching and learning. So these mind maps help there. So for students also, there are many uses of these mind maps. They can use them as a self-learning tool. It helps them in understanding concepts by breaking them into simpler sub-concepts and linking with the big idea. It helps in understanding the gradation in a concept, that how a concept grows from simple to a complex one. They help in building a learning log for themselves so that they don't need to go through the copious notes every time. They can just look at the mind map or any other graphic organizer for that matter, and they can just revise the concept. They can also self-assess their own learning. Now, as I was just discussing that research on mind maps, it helps. It has been found that positive effects of mind mapping on students' academic achievement, attitude, and retention. And these formats help in supporting and enhancing learning. And a positive correlation has also been found between students' mind maps and their scores. And recently, knowledge mind maps help in scaffolding learning and building conceptual clarity. So this is another graphic organizer, like I was saying that there could be different categories of graphic organizers. So this is also one, which is representing one concept and the related concepts. So it is not key mind maps. Maybe just have to draw lines in between the concepts. It could be arranged in any way. So like here I have arranged mind maps and then the related concepts, visualization of concepts, scaffold learning, generative learning, interdisciplinary understanding, enhanced learning outcomes. So looking at this, we can easily understand that all these are related to each other. Now, let's start. I just want to give a demonstration, a brief demonstration with the FreeMind tool. So let me just show you that how we can download it. Is my screen visible? Okay, okay, got it. Okay, I'll just see if there are any questions till now. Okay, so yeah, so how do we make and create mind maps? So there is a software called as a FreeMind software, which is a FOSS tool, free and open source software, which can be easily downloaded. And we can easily download the software and use it for creating mind maps. FreeMind application is written in Java and is licensed under GNU, General Public License. And this tool can be downloaded on any operating system, Windows, Mac, Linux, and it can be searched on any browser and can be downloaded. Like here I have attached some screenshots. So FreeMind can be searched on the web and it can be downloaded. Here is the download button. You can download it and then create beautiful mind maps. So like this one I created on microorganisms or microbes. Often students really struggle with remembering the names of these different microorganisms. I remember as a student, I usually struggled a lot to remember these complex names of microorganisms. So if we arrange it in the form of this graphic organizer or this mind map, it will help in building connections in the minds of the learner, and it will help them learn better, okay, and understand better. So here you can see microbes can be of different types like bacteria, protozoan, fungi, algae, viruses. And in bacteria, we can have useful bacteria like lactobacillus, rhizobium, decomposing bacteria. Then we have harmful bacteria like streptococcus, salmonella, etc., which cause diseases. Then we can have the basic characteristics of bacteria, that they are single-celled organisms, and we can look at the structure to see that how they actually look, because diagrams help in visualizing the concept. Similarly for protozoans, similarly for viruses, algae and fungi. So this is the way in which we can arrange the information in a logical sequence, in a logical manner, so that it helps in understanding the concept better. There are other web resources also which we can use for creating mind maps like FreePlane, MindMaster, MindMister, etc. So let us now do some hands-on activity with mind map. I'll show you once you download the mind map software. So it will come like this in your system. It will be there on your desktop, installed on your desktop, and then you can start creating it. So the screen will open like this. You will find a button called as a new mind map. So if you click here, you can edit it and choose the topic of your interest, on whichever topic you want to create a mind map. For example, environment. I want to create a mind map on environment. So I have written the major idea here. Then how do we build on it? How do we relate it to the different other concepts? So here, if you go insert, on the insert tab, you will find new child node. Okay, so new child node, if you click, so here you can find a related concept which can be placed here. For example, I'm writing air. Then again, you go to this concept idea, and then you again type new child node. So I am writing, for example, water. So here again, I'll type insert, try maybe soil. Again, for example, I write living. Okay, so now here, if you have to further build on this concept, so you can see, I'll just enlarge the size so that it's visible. I think now it's visible. So here, okay, so within air, there are different components of air. So again, we can add a new child node here. For example, we have oxygen. Nitrogen. Carbon dioxide. You can add as many as you want. Okay, so like this. So we can add to here, environment is one concept. Now oxygen. Now oxygen, why is oxygen important? We can add that also, insert a new child node. So we can say that it helps in aerobic respiration. Okay. So here, aerobic respiration. then we can have in nitrogen also. How is nitrogen, where is nitrogen found in the atmosphere, as well as it can be fixed in we can relate nitrogen to nitrogen fixing bacteria. Okay. So this is how we can, relate nitrogen fixing bacteria now with nitrogen. Okay. Now carbon dioxide. So it is one of the pollutants air pollutant, and carbon dioxide is also exhaled. Okay, and who produces carbon dioxide? Living organisms produce carbon dioxide. Okay. And carbon dioxide also helps in photosynthesis. So here again, we can add its okay.
Asta, can
Yes,
you
ma'am.
just move your mind map little towards left, because on the right side it is not visible.
Okay, ma'am. Is it, ma'am,
Yes.
visible now?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Thank you. So you can see that how we are connecting the different concepts. We are connecting the concept. We started with the central idea of environment. And from environment, we are coming to air. Okay, air, maybe are coming to oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, water vapors. And here again, when we are now water vapors and water, okay, this is the component, but environment may be waterhead. So we can have, again, we can insert a new child node. What are the sources of water? So we can have rivers. So we can have lakes, and we can have oceans. So this is about as simple as it is. Water related maybe concepts, and we can just put them here. Similarly, living organisms. So living organisms are also classified, under different, as per the, classification rules. We have different classes of living organisms. So again, we can insert here a new child node. So we have like amphibians. We have reptiles. We have mammals. We have Pisces, or the fish. Okay, so these are different living. There are many others also, but right now, and there are arthropod also, insect. Okay, so like this, we can see that you can make a concept, or a mind map as simple as this and as complex as this. So you can even reduce, as we were talking about gradation in a concept. So you need not put all this information at one go in front of the learner. So we can minimize this like this. Just click on on these circles, and the mind map will be minimized. Can you see? See, so now it is so simple, So it helps in moving us from simple to complex concepts. So it is very important, because if we give all the information at one go, it may confuse the learner. So if it is given in small chunks or in a logical sequence, then it will help in better retention and better understanding of the concept. So when you move around, when you move with the concept, so environment, So we can have different components of the environment. Then you can go on each component and explain. So this is how one can go and in this mind map. So this is just one example, and then it allows us to do many other things, this free mind software. So we can even have different symbols inserted here if you want. For example, environment is if you want to number the concept, so you can, from here on the left hand side, you can see the different symbols, numbers, arrows, smileys, which you can add onto any concept. For example, I want to add this number 1, so it will appear like this. Okay, for example, here I want to give number 2, so it can come like this. So similarly 3, similarly here, give 4. I can get 5 here. Okay, and yes, these are the symbols which you can give, and you can also save this mind map. You can also move it. For example, I'll just show you how we can move this mind map. So this is like you can move this mind map. This image is there, but so here again. Now let's see how do we save these mind maps. Okay. In which formats we can save them. So first we need to export. When you go to file, one can either save as. Save as allows us to save mind maps in this format only. But if you want to save it in some other format like JPEG, image form, or PNG or PDF, which will help you to share your mind maps with your students or maybe fellow colleagues. So this can be a way. You can export it as HTML or as Java applet, as PNG, as JPEG. For example, I save it as JPEG. So it will ask me, where do I save? So for example, desktop, I select. So I give a file name. So I have saved it. Okay. Now, if you see my desktop, so it should be there somewhere. See, here it is. It is saved as a JPEG file. So I can open it now. See, it is visible like this. So this is the way we can save our mind maps and also share with our students or teachers, teacher educators. So yeah. So if you have any questions regarding these mind maps, please, you're welcome to ask. Any questions?
There are few questions.
Okay, ma'am. And how much time do we have?
We are already beyond our time.
Okay, ma'am, there's just a self-assessment quiz, which I can just paste the link on the...
Okay, just hold on for a minute.
Sure.
There are only 2-3 things. Can we change color and font, madam? You can change color and font using the tools. So while you're practicing, you can do. We have only introduced few features of this mind map. While you're practicing, you can try all the other features. If you have questions, this room will be open continuously.
Yeah.
While you're practicing in the next session, whatever you want very specific, you can keep posting in the question here. So Dr. Asta and Deepthi will be available. If any specific question is coming up, they will be able to immediately answer or show and clarify the corrections or whatever is required. And there is one more also.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. There are 2-3 other things like how to maximize. So when
Okay.
you wanted to maximize,
From here.
yeah. So from there you can maximize and show it.
Yeah, you can change the font also, and you can change the font size also. Like here, you can change the font. You have to click on a particular concept to change the font. For example, here I have changed. So like this.
Right. We will just take a last quiz and then we will be breaking. In the sense, after a break, you will not come back to the session. You will be doing yourself. I'll only show you now where the assignment will be available. Asta, before you take up the quiz, you
Yes,
finish the
ma'am.
quiz, then I'll explain them.
Sure, ma'am. Sure. So it's just a brief quiz of 7 questions, and the questions are based on this session only. So I will just paste the quiz link on the chat box. Kindly go through the quiz, and there are multiple choice questions. So here I have pasted the link. You just need to open this link in your browser. Just copy paste this link, and you will be able to go to the quiz. I can also show you on my screen. I can also show you here, just paste the link, and if you enter, it will take you to the quiz. I hope you all are getting this
This is a
quiz.
self-check quiz. We are not
Yes.
going to play together. You will do yourself and check
Yeah.
yourself how much you have understood.
Yes, ma'am.
So it's going to be a self-check quiz. This will be available. We will be adding this link in the course portal also, so that you will be able to check this.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Dr. Asta, for giving
Thank
this
you, ma'am.
session. But we are continuing after 10 minutes break. They will
Sure.
take a break of 10 minutes and they will start doing the hands-on. So I request
Sure.
both of you to be available to help them out. So now
Sure.
I will, if you can stop sharing, I'll just show you the screen.
Yes, ma'am. I have stopped sharing, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you, Asta.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, everyone.
So I'm just showing you now from my screen, like where you have to actually go through and where to do the assignment. Are you able to see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Whenever you have logged in, this is not the steps you will be following it, but whenever you log in with your account, so basically I'm just logging out. I'm trying to log in with a student account. Many of you still haven't logged in into this portal. So kindly log in, because you have to submit your assignments for today in this portal itself. So you have to go to www.ict. This actually link is already given. So simply otherwise type as ICT curriculum. You will be able to access this site. When you go here, there is on the right corner, you have a login button. So you can use the credentials which is already given to you. Your mail ID is your credential, and your mail ID is your username, and your one second. So this is the username, this is the mail ID of yours, and everyone has been given common password as password @123, but most of you have changed your password. So now use your changed password here. For those who has not changed yet, please insert as password @123. We will share this again, the instruction sheet in the group once again now after this one, so that you can follow it up step by step. Okay, when you're logging in for the first time, you would be asked to change your password. Since I have already changed my password, it doesn't ask change your password here. So now when you go to your dashboard, you go to your name, click on the dashboard. You will be able to see a screen which shows the title of this workshop. So please click on this title of the workshop. You will see the course content. As of now, you can see there is program schedule and concept note. I hope you have already gone through. When you have to go to, you have to introduce yourself to all the participants. When you introduce yourself, already 168 members have plus 270 members have included. More than 50% are not introduced yourself. Kindly introduce yourself if you have not done your introduction. So you have to just click on this. Welcome to the workshop. And just reply to this. Click on reply. Then you can just enter your introduction here. Then just post to forum. That is what you will be doing it to introduce yourself in the portal. So once you have introduced yourself, now what are you expected to do in the course for the next session? Now we are in session number 5 and 6. So you all the 1 to 4 is not yet activated. We are uploading all the videos because yesterday it was done on cloud. We need to do some editing. We'll be uploading in the next 1 hour. But your session 5 is open. The session which we have taken now is actually there as live session. It will, when you click on this, it will take you to the YouTube where the session is going on right now live. Okay. So you can I'm sorry. By mistake, I just close it. This is the same mistake some may also do. When you go to YouTube, you have to come back. By mistake, actually, I clicked close. So it has closed my whole portal. So you can watch the video which for the previous session for you to re-understand or whatever it is. This is an extended material on different graphic organizer, which is for your extra learning. Right now, this is the assignment. So when you click on this, you will see that you are in a submission phase. Okay. So you will see the question. You have to create a mind map based on any topic in which you are teaching, and you have to submit the output in these 3 formats. Okay. And also, or you can choose any one of this as per your whichever if you feel you would like to do. Second, one is create an infographic to teach any topic in your subject. Okay. Save your work in your drive. Basically, if you are having your own blog, you can do it. But otherwise, you are only permitted to submit a link here. So please save everything in a drive. Please create a new drive, one folder in the drive. So for example, I'm just going to my drive. Please go to new, create a folder. I'll say e-content development workshop. So in this workshop folder, please create session number. So this is session 6, right? So inside this session 6, please upload all your resources, whatever you are going to create. For example, if you are creating mind map, you will upload these 3 files inside the folder. If you are creating infographic, then you will only download the image file and upload it here, okay, inside this folder, and you will be submitting this folder link. When you have created this session 6 folder, right click on this. You can actually get the link of this particular thing, or you can just, when you open this, you will get this link, drive link. You can just copy and then come to start preparing your submission. You can see here your link, it is given. So I'll give like session 6. Okay, just paste your link, just to submit, save, that's all. So when you save here, I have now saved it. You can see that you will not get any other thing. You will see your link here. That means your assignment is submitted. By mistake, if you have submitted something wrong, you can go again to edit your submission. Okay. So this is what you are all going to do in the next session. Now it's 11:45. So we are going to take a break now till 12 o'clock, and 12 to 1 you will complete this assignment. If you are not able to proceed, this meeting will be open, so you can still be in the meeting. I will repeat again, sir. So I'll give the common instruction and I will repeat once. If anybody would like to listen again, you can be in the meeting. And whatever I have explained is also recorded in the live video. So it will also help you to watch from the video also. So, but I'll repeat it once again, the instructions, so that you can do it comfortably. So what you have to do is, after 12 o'clock, we are not going to monitor you. Everyone is a responsible person as a SRG, but it is mandatory that you have to complete your assignments before, for the same day before 10 o'clock in the night, because assignment will close by 10 o'clock. No extra permission, so you have to complete it today by 10 o'clock. These are mandatory for your certification. Okay. So it is, so if you have not, somebody has not been able to attend this, we will be putting in the group also that they can watch the video by themselves and then do this. It is there in YouTube. We will also, because YouTube, you cannot download this video. It is only for an immediate arrangement, but we will give the downloadable video for your further use in the course portal itself. Okay. Any questions? So I've given an option for asking questions. You can please raise your hand if you have questions. If you do not have questions, please go for your break and continue with your creation.
Ma'am, can I ask one question?
Please, ma'am.
I've been going into this thing, ICT curriculum, and then about this e-portfolio activity, the one you had just demonstrated, I couldn't get it. Could you please repeat it again?
Yeah, I'm repeating
How
the
to
whole
go about it.
I'm repeating the whole procedure. If anybody is not clear, you can listen back. Others can please take your break and then continue doing your assignment. Okay. So please complete it as per the session, because we will be continuously having it. So for the sake of those who wanted a repetition, I'm just repeating it once again. So first is, like, you will go to your, you will log in, go to your dashboard. So when you go to your dashboard, you will click on the course. If you are not able to see, when you are logged in, you are not able to see this, then you have to write to us in your state group. Don't write in the common group. Every state has a separate group now. Please write in the state group, so it will help us to solve it, because we have now individual persons looking into each state. Already we have enrolled one technical support to each group. So they will see whoever is finding difficulty, they will immediately address. Okay. So you should first check whether you are able to see this course. Once you see this course, click on the course. So when you open it, you will be able to scroll it down. You will be able to see session 5 and session 6. Session 5 live session is the video, which when you click on, you will be able to see the video, whatever has been done in the last session. This will be available. It will be opening in your YouTube. Okay. So if you have doubt, you are not have understood, some session was very fast, you want to slowly listen, go to this video, you can play back and then you can watch this video. Okay. So don't close this. Please come back. So whenever I come back, so I can come back here, and then right now the next session is your assessment. You can see ePortfolio activity 1, which is session 6. Click on this. You will be scroll down. You will be able to see your question. Question is nothing that you take any topic which you teach, create a mind map or create an infographic. If you are creating a mind map, then you have to submit all these 3 files. You have to save it as you have to save it as an image format. You also have to save it as a word processor. And if you're doing infographic, you have to download the image of your resource, and then you have to add it into the folder. These are the 2 things. If you are integrating any video in your infographic, you are integrating simulations, please submit the active link also, online link also. So there will be 2 links in your submissions for this. One is, if one is in the folder, another is the online link. Now, all this content has to be uploaded in your Google Drive. So how will you create your Google Drive? For those who do not know, you know, everyone are aware of opening your mail. Okay. So when you go to your mail, you will see this 9 dots over there. Please click on this. You will find an icon called Drive. So click on the Drive. When you are clicking on the Drive, you will see, since I have already activated, I have content. If you are first time doing it, you will have an empty box here. Go to New. You will be able to create a folder. So create a folder, title it as eContent Development Workshop Phase 1. Okay, create it. So when you have created it, it will be visible like this. If it is not visible, you're not able to see like this highlighted, just go to search and type as eContent. In mine, there is many files in eContent, so it will come here. But when you are clicking, like if you are there, like only you have used, you will see all the files with the name eContent. Okay. You can click to just so many files are there. It's difficult for me to find. So you can write it as last modified. So I can see immediately the first, whatever I did just recently has come here. I will open this folder. So this is going to be a ePortfolio 1 session 6. So you have to create again a folder and name it as session 6. This is so that every session you will have one separate folder for your assignment. Inside this session, you have to submit your 3 files. For example, if I have downloaded this Word file, I have already a downloaded file. So you have created a mind map, you have downloaded a file. So then here you have to go to New, File Upload. I will search that file. For example, I will wanted to upload this file. You would have saved your mind map. Select this and just open. It is in the process of uploading. So you will see your file like this. So for if you are doing mind map, you have to 3 files. Like here, mind map file, you should have the image file and the word processor file. Word processor is, you can download it as Microsoft Word or the Word document which allows, you can download and upload it here. If you are doing infographic, then you will download the infographic and paste it here. You will add the file here. Now you need to submit the link of session 6. So click on session 6. Already this is session 6. There is a link at the top. In the URL bar, select this. I'm just pressing Ctrl C and selecting it. Come to the ePortfolio. Go to, since already I submitted, now edit submission is there. Otherwise, start submission will be there. So you can go here. There will be a box. You can even write here ePortfolio 1. You can, instead of this, just paste Control. You can paste it or right click and then you can paste it. Whichever way you want, you can paste it. So then just save the changes. Okay. So you should be able to see your drive like this. To check yourself whether you have submitted, just select this, copy it, go to a new browser, just paste it and check whether your folder of session 6 is open. This is for your checking process. Right? I think I have explained. Still, if you have any issue, let us know.
Thank you, ma'am.
For those who are having problem with login issues, please write it in your group. But don't wait for us to open, because the question also we are going to post it in the I'm posting the question here also so that you can continue doing your practicals. Only submission of the link can be done afterwards also. We will solve it before you finish your hands-on. Okay, because there are some people saying that yours are not valid. Some of you who have changed your password would have forgotten your password. Changing password is a very difficult task, since right now technically reset password doesn't work by yourself. So I request everyone to please note down your password. If we are not able to remember our password, it is very difficult to train others. So please write down in your notebook so that it is very clear for you to go forward. Okay?
Madam, can we leave the meeting?
No, if you are comfortable for doing it, you can leave, but you are supposed to complete your assignment and submit it. If you want to ask any questions during, you need any help, you can keep mute your video and audio and keep your video available.
Madam,
Yeah.
what is the time limit to complete?
1 hour, ma'am. Only you will be doing only one activity, so you will be given next 1 hour to do this activity. Yes, sorry, actually I have now allowed to unmute, so you can unmute and ask your questions. Next.
Ma'am,
Yes,
ma'am.
Luna, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am, we have prepared the report for yesterday's session. So where can we post it, or like what is the procedure?
Ma'am, please mail it to the ID training@cit.nic.in.
Okay.
So we have to join back at 2 o'clock for the next session. For others, those who are out, 2 o'clock we have to join back for the next session. But if you are continuing, you can keep yourself continued so that we'll